Well, YouTubers, thanks for all the comments you've left concerning a few of the issues I had. Kind of interesting. Appreciate it all. I'm trying to catch up on some stuff, so I started here. My YouTube channel is fricknjeep, and some people don't see some of the past things, and I do more sawmills probably than I do Jeeps, or depending on what the weather is. These two Jeeps haven't been out in probably a year or so. I leave the hoods open because the mice don't seem to get underneath them as bad, but I thought I'd better get some of the fricknjeep in before too long. So anyhow, hopefully this will start out the movie with these pictures on there. If not, that's just the way it is. Going to move you around. Some people have been asking about these wood boxes that I make a little bit more, so I want to maybe help them come up with some stuff here. This is the wood box. Let me see, yeah, let me move back a little bit, and I'll try to do some quick measurements and some calculations and stuff like that. Well, I already did the calculations. So the thing is, these sideboards here are 52 inches tall, and the inside, well, that's supposed to be a board. The inside is 47, and I can't figure out exactly why I came up with those numbers. This is 47 on the inside. I think I used to originally down at the bottom raise this board up an inch so these wouldn't be touching the ground. Now, how you do it doesn't make any difference. This board from the top down is 18 inches. These are just 1 inch stuff that comes off the mill, just random cut when I'm trying to get to a certain size in the mill that I want. This is pressure treated. What I started making now is these bottoms here are pressure treated from all those decks that they threw away over all the years. These are 8s or 7.5s. This represents a 18-inch log because that's what I cut most of my stuff at. And then I let it sit over about 4 inches. So, the width is the width on the inside is 60. I forgot to mention that. The 60 the inside. So this one here, depending on the width of your boards, this one came in at 64.25 here, and then this one came in at I think this one was 64.5. So they kind of ran them depending on the random width of the boards. One thing I do, which is I get these little metal things from Home Depot. Yeah, Home Depot. And I just put them in a vise and bend them around. The screws are 3-inch deck mate screws. And then I put a 1/4-inch washer on them so they just don't bury themselves in the wood. I used to use nails to put these together. It was cheaper, but I found the nails kept backing out, and ain't nothing worse than a flat tire with a place that's got a million tires around it. I mean, if you're going to find a nail with a tire, it's going to be here. So I tried to stop doing that. That's one of the reasons I stopped using pallets. Okay, I started out with pallets down there at the base, and then I switched to the pressure treated in screws. Some of the bottoms I might drive some nails in from time to time because they won't come up when they get loose, they'll go down. But the pallets have that board across the bottom, and when that rots off on the ground, which they seem to rot pretty fast, then you have a whole array of possible nails there. So I'm just kind of slowly getting out of those. And matter of fact, I bought a bunch of plastic pallets, so I'm shooting for those, but not for stacking wood on particularly. And now here I'm going to try to go over this. Let's see, I'm sitting there on the tan one. What I do is I stack the wood. Trying to get, there's no place I can get where it isn't sunny. I can get on this side. There's no place. What I do is I stack my boards. You don't need a back. The logs won't go out the back. This represents an 18-inch piece chunk of firewood. And then I stack the other one with a little bit of overhang. Okay, so I got 4 inches of overhang. Okay, so this represents the logs. The size inside is 47. The width is 60. Maybe I better do it down here. That's the trouble with not having a camera person. I don't know the best place to do it. Well, I'll try to do it here. I hope you get it. The width is 60. The depth from front to back is 40 inches. I might have missed that earlier. So if you take the 47 times 60 times 40, you come out with 112,800 cubic inches, and you divide that by 1728, gives you 0.65 of a cord. Okay, and then if you stack it the way I stack it, okay, because I always stack it about 6 inches higher at the top, okay, and I hang it, like I said, over by 4 inches, so that would give it about 55 inches by 60 inches by 44, okay, and if you divide that by 128, you get 0.84, so that's, you know, I'm holding 3/4 of a cord in one of these, and it just nice. Now, if you're going to pick this up with a tractor, you got to keep in mind how much your tractor can pick up. I'm sure this crate probably weighs 100 pounds, maybe plus. I haven't weighed it. I might weigh one somewhere along the line, but not today. So you're looking, okay, a cord of wood is 96 by 48 by 48, which is 221,184, I think, if it's right. Divided by 128 gives you 100. Divided by 1728 gives you 128 cubic feet, which is a cord. I know a cord of oak wet weighs 6,000 pounds. So if you divide that by 128, it gives you 47 pounds per cubic foot. So if you take your cubic foot on this side, 65 times the 47 gives you 3,055 pounds just in wood. And if you do the other one, the 84 times the 47 gives you 3,948 pounds. So you got to keep in mind how big you want your box. Also, this space in between here, as I'm stacking up the wood in the one side and stacking up the wood in the front, then I have this space here. Well, when you get that awkward piece of wood that won't stack anyway, or just ornery and stuff like that, you stick it down there. If you get up this high and you don't have any ornery pieces of wood or gnarlies that won't stack right, then just put good pieces in there, and you can put them this way, this way, this way, this way, and you can fill that in pretty much solid through there. So that's the wood racks. I hope that takes care of that. Now I'm going to go up to show you another project. If you got any questions about the wood rack, you know, leave it in the comments, because I try to read those and answer them. Some of the things I've done while I haven't sawed wood or get on the thing, I made this pallet. Oh, there was a couple other things on the pallet. Now look at this thing. This is the tank that I just got, fuel tank, and I didn't think you guys wanted to watch me sand that thing down. Actually, I wire brushed it and make it, but I did make another pallet, once again out of the junk from the woods. But one thing that I might change on that pallet over there is I put Trex in the bottom and then pressure treated here, and I'm thinking about putting Trex on the bottom of those, because they just don't rot. That stuff just doesn't rot. That's the old Trex that come off those decks. But anyhow, that took a while to make. And then I was putting in a radon fan in the house. We're walking up to some more Jeeps. Radon fan in the house, because the radon, it spiked in the house because we turned the heat on. I haven't turned the boiler on yet. And if you got a fireplace in the house, your house goes to a negative pressure. So if you have radon underneath, it's going to suck that radon out just the same as a fan would. So the radon spiked up around 30 in the house. So I put a fan in, did all that radiation remediation or whatever they call it in, and now it's down to 0.56. So the other half of the family is a lot happier. These are some Jeeps. I'm downsizing all my stuff because I'm getting too old to mess with it. These look like junk to, I would say, probably about 99% of the people out there, except for somebody who's got one. Anyhow, I sold 5 of these things in the last 2 days. These 3 are going out. There's another one that's up by the sawmill that's going out, and the tanker truck just went out. So I got to get these ready to get picked up, and the trouble is there's rain coming in tomorrow night, so I got to get them out of this hole down here and up to the top part of the property. These are some pretty rough things, but there were so many good parts on them that, you know, when you're putting one of these goofy things together, the big stuff's generally easy to get, but you get like these door latches. They seem to be bringing a lot of oh, stuck on a rake. I got the tripod here, stuck on a rake down there. These little FC things here on the side, this insignia, they're bringing money. Somebody wanted the intake and exhaust manifold off this one and never picked it up, so I got that. There's just an enormous amount of parts on this thing, and that's why that's the little crap that you need. Oh, another thing I'm working on. Where is it? Oh, it's down there. You can see the deck up there. I'm going to zoom in on that. I should probably walk up there. See the deck? That's one that got thrown away from a school. And so what I'm doing, that's all pressure treated. What I'm doing is, in amongst everything else that I made it smaller than I thought. I'm making a place down here for putting my fuel tank on. And what I'm going to do is put that deck on down here on this. It just needs to sit on the ground, doesn't have to be anything great, but I think I'm gonna put that deck down in this location here, and you can kind of see it as it, because that deck is I think it's 15 foot long. And if you look, I guess this one would be easier. I put a lot of boards down, and I put the Trex down as feet, because then the wood isn't touching the ground. That's the only thing that I might change on those wood boxes in the future. So that's what I'm working on today. I got to get those Jeeps out and up to where the fire ring is, just about is where they're going, because you got to get across the creek and stuff down here that there's a pipe over, but it'll get real sticky down here as the weather sets in, and you just have no idea how quick, I guess you do have an idea how quick crap can turn to really nasty. So if I get it up now, then I can load it for the guy. So anyhow, that's what I'm working on right now. So I'll get back to sawing. I got the hickory on the deck. I found another oak to make some more boards for the new sawmill building, so I want to get back on that. Hopefully I'll get that done by Christmas. But you know, it's like, well, now you got to do this, now you got to do this, now you got to do this, now you got to do this. So there's so many things that get put, I guess, the order of sequence or something like that. Anyhow, that'll be it for now. We'll see you. Bye.